reality. Here we are, alive, and experiencing something. Together, on this planet, orbiting the star, we're feeling, we're alive. And that in itself, without anything else, is beautiful. Beyond that, things get complicated. If we stay with that first part, just that there is something instead of nothing, and that there is sentience to experience this universe. And that may be a purposeful thing. That this was created so that what emerges can experience itself. Now again, everything beyond that is complicated, because being alive and experiencing creation is in itself beautiful. In itself, it's enough. And then, beyond that, all of the things are added. All of the politics, all of the economics, all of the money, the love, the hate, the pleasure, the pain. But going back to the most simple thing, the most first principle thing, is that we are alive. And that we are sharing this beautiful place, home, together. Given sentience, given this ability to feel, given this ability to take in sensory inputs and process them, to experience the universe, to be the universe experiencing itself, we get that. And that by itself is enough. From there, we've lost that ability to just be harmoniously with that. Just be harmoniously together on this planet. Live harmoniously amongst each other and amongst the ecosystem that sustains us. So that first principle thing needs to be re-embodied into all of us at the most deep fundamental level. And by doing that, everything else becomes so much easier. Everything else becomes natural. Right now, it's artificial. The amount of problems that we have, the amount of issues that we have all arisen from our loss in that first principle. How many of the children that are being born into the world today are lacking that first principle? How many of their parents, the adults and the grandparents, also are lacking that first principle? Being alive. That there is something that we are experiencing that together. That in itself is beauty. that in itself is enough. And if we treat it that way, if we remember that, everything else becomes easier. But at its fullest, not just the mentalizing of it, but at its fullest, deepest embodiment. And many say that the complications that have arisen from the first principle being forgotten, all of the complicated issues, are purposely supposed to be there. That is the lesson that we are learning. That by disconnecting from that first principle, all of these issues have emerged. And that this is the story, this is the game that we are playing. The illusion of separation from creation. That is the game that we're playing. And we have to remember that we are all creation. Remember that first principle. Everything else, every other issue in our world becomes easier to take care of when we remember that first principle. We live much more harmoniously with each other and with the ecosystem that we reside in. And it can be on a moment-to-moment level. Anytime it can be remembered and embodied. Anytime. That breath of air is because of creation. Your ability to perceive things right now is because of creation. Your ability to feel something is because of creation. Your ability to have other friends in this world is because of creation. Your ability to feed yourself, nurture yourself, nourish yourself, all of those things are because of creation. To remember that on a moment-to-moment basis and share that with your friends, your families, people that you work with, people online, carrying that mentality with us all the time, it's a game changer. That first principle will change our entire civilization and put it on a more positive trajectory going forward. Remember that, embody it, and move forward with remembering that first principle. I love you very much. Thank you.